Hello my friends, Dave Schramm here of SchrammGuitars.com, and today I'm going to show you how I make my fingerboards. Let's go check it out. So here we have an ebony fretboard that has been thicknessed to 290 thousandths. Its final thickness will be 285 thousandths. That's my standard fretboard thickness. And this edge here has been straightened with a hand plane. So this surface here, which will be my bearing surface for my jig, is perfectly straight. Okay. Now my blank has been double stick taped to this template. This is a the company is no longer in business, but LMI. I use some of the templates I use are from them. I have another one that was from my friend John Gilbert for building his special scale length compensated fret spacing for a 25.7 scale length. But anyway, this one I'm using today is a 655 for flamenco guitar. And I've double stick taped it, and now this is indexed. So now I'm going to put this on my table saw and I'm going to slot this fretboard. Here is my table saw jig that I've been using for about 25 years, maybe even more than that. I use a StewMac saw blade that has the kerf. I don't know if you can see it in there. There it is. The kerf is set for the frets that I use, and the height is around 90 thousandths, or the depth of the cut. So my template and my fingerboard run along this fence, and then this indexing pin will come out and go into these slots here. And so as I go to cut each slot, this will be moved till I have all my slots slotted in my fretboard. All right, we're done slotting the fretboard, and there it is. Now these circular sanding marks here, those are from the Gilbert sanding, this thickness sander that I use on my drill press. This will all be, once this is glued onto the neck, that'll all be leveled. It only takes like a few thousandths of an inch to, not much sanding. That's why I thickness to 290 instead of 285, my target thickness. All right, so that is how I slot my fretboards. All right, so I've laid out the neck. I'm doing 2 1/16 at the nut and 2 7/16 at the 12th fret. So I've clamped down my straight edge here, and I've already done this, but I used my X-Acto knife and I followed this edge all the way there. So I'm going to do that on the other side here. Okay, so there's my lines right here and here for the layout of my fretboard. 2 1/16 at the nut. There's the line there and there. Might be hard to see because it's the dark ebony. And then when it gets up to here, I'm going to be using my drill press to drill a pilot hole here for my router that's going to cut out the sound hole part. All right, I've got my fretboard all centered on the guitar. So it's clamped down here, and basically what I do is I take straight edge, and then I draw a line where it meets. There's the center line, there's the other one, so I check it on both sides so that it's at that spot. And this one already is, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be drilling, I think it's 7/32 a hole here and here, and I make my own ebony pins, which you saw in some of my previous videos. You can look those up on how I make these. It's pretty easy. And so then the fingerboard will be located and pinned onto the neck. So I'm going to go ahead and drill those now. Okay, so I've got my locating holes drilled, still leaving everything clamped up. So now what I'm going to do is I got to find where I'm going to do my sound hole. Now I've actually already marked right there where I'm going to be drilling. So what I do is I just kind of line this up with the sound hole. This is actually the template for the size of my sound hole. So I'm going to drill a 3/16 hole there. Then I'm going to use my router and cut out the diameter of that. So now I'm going to drill the hole, the 3/16 hole for my router bit guide to make the sound hole. Crazy light. I don't know why it was doing that. All right, so there we go. Now I got the hole. Now I'm going to put my router jig on here, and we're going to route out the sound hole. So I'm going to show you my router base that I made. So here's the 3/16 pin. My fingerboard's clamped on there. I've drawn the line for the sound hole. This is a plywood base. This part slides. There's the 3/16 hole there, 1/4 inch bit. And then I can adjust this. This part will slide in and out for different diameters. And I actually have a pinhole here. So I put a bit, a 3/16 in there, and it'll index into a hole drilled into this part, so I get the same size sound hole every time, just in case I want to use this for doing something else. All right, so next you're going to see me route the sound hole out. Okay, I do this in several passes. That was the first pass. So I'm going to reset my depth here. One more pass. All right, and we are through. So there's where my pin is. This is the part that's cut out, and there's my fingerboard. So here's one of my tricks for getting the neck angle sanded into the bottom of the fretboard. I put my pin on this side, put some 80 grit double stick. The StewMax stuff works great on this side. And it's pivoting here while I sand this spot right here. Okay, so I'm going to do that for a little bit here, and that's going to set my neck angle into the bottom of the fretboard so it's a perfect fit. It's a great trick and it works well. Right, so here is the fretboard, getting ready to glue it up. There's the, you can see the pin there, and the pin at for the nut side. There's the hole right there, and that one there. So this will all get glued on just like that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video on how I make my fretboards and slot them, and how I index them with the pins and glue it up. All right, so everybody have a great day, and remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.